Welcome to Wrestling News and Opinions, and we have some breaking news. And Seth Rollins was going against Kane in Dublin, Ireland last night, and he was injured. That was November 4th, and now he is injured. He will not be at Survivor Series. So he's going to be out 6 to 9 months. This was first reported on Twitter by Coachman from ESPN. And then now it's on the website, WWE.com. You can check out the story there. I'll put a link in the description to the WWE website article that they have up there. And right here we got some gameplay. Kane versus Seth Rollins from WWE 2K16. But Rollins injured. He tore his, I said, ACL, MCL, medial meniscus. Of course, that's kind of interesting because the meniscus is cartilage, so it seems like it's 3 tears, like if he tore his ACL, his MCL, and his medial meniscus, because those are 3 different things, although that's all within your knee. I actually tore my meniscus before, but with this, like I said, he's out 6 to 9 months. Seth Rollins is in pretty good shape. I would expect to probably be back closer to 6 months, but it still has him missing WrestleMania, and of course the match between him and Roman Reigns at Survivor Series is no longer going to happen, but I'm sure Roman's going to be in the tournament. That's what they're going to do at Survivor Series. They're going to have a tournament to decipher who's the new WWE Champion, as the belt will be vacated, and Rollins did not have the belt taken off of him, so it'll be interesting to see what happens in 6 months when he comes back. He'll be back in time for SummerSlam next year in 2016. Be interesting to see if he's going to be going up against Roman Reigns at that time, if he'll have the belt. Only time will tell. Be interesting to see who else is in that tournament. Leave your suggestions and your opinions to who you'd like to see in the tournament in the comments below. We see Kevin Owens, as he's got the Intercontinental title. He was promised a shot by Rollins. They had actually teased on Raw the possibility of Owens versus Rollins in a title versus title match for WrestleMania 32, but that's not going to happen. Would it have happened? Well, we'll never know, because now that Rollins is injured, we know at least it won't be Rollins versus Owens in that title versus title match. That Rollins promised Owens if he'd be on his team on the main event of Raw just this past Monday. And also, it'd be interesting to see, maybe we have, will Kane be in that tournament? He's the one who was wrestling Rollins, when he got injured. Of course, from the looks of it, it was just kind of a freak accident. From what the picture that they have on Twitter, from Coachman's, Twitter account, Jonathan Coachman, you see a table in the ring, and it looks like Seth Rollins was trying to, maybe put Kane on the table, but fell backwards into the corner from the looks of it, with Kane up on top of him as he had him up above his shoulders. And then for a second there I forgot who I was in the match here, but yeah, so he looks like he just kind of lost the balance from within, like it just kind of tore, more from wear and tear, and then eventually just an awkward angle, whatever. Just a weird thing that happened. I mean, these things happen when you're doing, physical activities, especially wrestling is a very physical activity. A lot of people who played other sports who've tried wrestling have said that it's the most, draining activity you can actually take part in, most physical thing, because it's just non-stop. You just keep going, and in such a tough, physical, violent, sport as wrestling, it's sports entertainment, but still injuries happen quite frequently, and an injury like this, it's not too rare to see that type of thing happen. So you see it all the time. It happens in football, it happens in, basketball, baseball, hockey, everything. And a lot of times you see, even in football, we've seen some injuries where guys aren't even touched, and then they'll tear an ACL just from, the twist or the turn that they're trying to make. So it's the type of thing where, it's not like Kane didn't injure him. It's not Kane's fault or anything like that. It's just one of those things that happens from, competing in such a physically demanding sport as professional wrestling, although these days they just call it sports entertainment. But here we go, Kane going for the choke slam, taking out Rollins. He'll be back though. It's not, it's not the worst of injuries. It's the type of thing. It'll be interesting though, because before this type of injury could have kind of grounded a high flyer like Rollins, but we've seen now with today's sports medicine where guys have come back off of similar injuries in other sports, like running backs have come back after ACL injuries that used to be unheard of, and then had big seasons. So Rollins, he's not a big guy, he's a smaller guy with a smaller frame, so it shouldn't affect him as much, although he is kind of a high flyer, although he hasn't really been showcasing his high flying abilities as much, even though he has had some matches where he showcased it, but primarily they weren't having him do a lot of that stuff, and not like he was necessarily doing that stuff against Kane per se, but it'll be interesting to see if he'll be able to do the same stuff that he used to do, before the injury. I believe he will, and I hope that he does, have a speedy recovery and comes back just as good as always, and I believe that is definitely possible. Like I said, with today's sports medicine, he's going to get the best medical attention possible. But really the big news is that we're going to have a new champion at Survivor Series, a tournament. But let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Definitely interested to read your thoughts and opinions. So we get this match here, WWE 2K16. It's 1080p, Xbox One. Actually, if there's any matches that you would like to see, just leave them in the comment section as well. I will take requests. But boom, here we go, Kane. Just figured I'd do this match while talking about it instead of just putting up a picture, give you something to look at, rather than just the picture that they have there. It's not really like, if you look up on Twitter, you can just search Coachman. You'll find his account and you'll see the picture. It's pretty blurry. It's hard to really make out. It's tough to see if he's falling backwards or what exactly is happening there. That's what it looks like, as if he just kind of like lost his footing and his foot just went out from under him. Whoa, boom. Kane in control. Rollins in trouble. They said he will be back, just he won't be back for WrestleMania. Although it's kind of cutting it close, because 6 to 9 months would put him at like Extreme Rules potentially. I'm not sure though if they would have him come back for Extreme Rules. I mean, cause then if you think about it, like that's at the earliest really. Although it's like WrestleMania is so close, because WrestleMania is like 4.5 months away, but just narrowly, misses that window. But we'll see. Like I said, he should be back for SummerSlam next year, so that's gonna be big. Next year's SummerSlam, and then maybe we'll get Roman versus Seth. But at that point, Roman could be champion. I wouldn't be surprised to see Roman take that tournament at Survivor Series. Like I said, let me know what you think. What do you think, who's going to be in the tournament? Who do you think is going to win the tournament? I said Roman Reigns definitely has to be the favorite right now to win the tournament. But you know what? This whole time I'm like trying to like pin him. I remember, oh yeah, it's a table match. That's right. Let's put him through the table. I actually made a table match because you see in the picture, they look like Rollins was trying to put Kane through a table when he got injured. Kane now setting it up. He's going for it. Rollins going to the outside. Probably not a good idea on his part. Boom. Here comes Kane. He's got the steel steps. What's Kane doing? Kane with the steps. Boom. And again. Bam. Here comes Kane. Rollins in trouble. Bam. Kane's got him set up. What? Boom. Here we go. Oh yeah, the big DDT. And now Kane. Uh-oh, Rollins with the reversal. Oh, Rollins. He's not out of this one just yet. Seth Rollins. Oh, come on, Kane, get up. Oh, boom. And now Kane has Rollins. What the heck? I want to put him in the table. Go to the table, you jerk. There we go. And now Kane. Wow, what the heck? Man, why is this stupid? Why is this stupid? Obviously, I wanted to go to the top rope. The heck? And now Kane tossing him into the corner, even though I was trying to toss him out the ring. But the controls don't want to do what they're told. Alright, here you go. Out the ring with you. Oh, come on, man. This is ridiculous. Obviously. And I was trying to throw him the other direction totally. It's like, okay. Here we go right here. Kane's got him. And he's bringing him over to the announce table. Of course, couldn't be that easy, could it? Boom! Onto the steel steps. Oh my goodness. Here we go, Kane. And over here, the announcer's table. That's right, Kane putting Seth through the announcer's table. He's got him with the choke slam. Boom! Choke slam through the announcer's table. Boom! Oh my god. He just choke slammed through the announcer's table. And Kane is the winner. But not the champion. So let me know what you think in the comment section below about the tournament at Survivor Series. About all this going on in the WWE. Thank you for watching. It is appreciated.